If you head over to my blog, I listed all of the positive results that I experienced during my Whole30. I'll start scrolling them here for you, but it's a very long list, and each one of these things felt like such a victory. These are the kind of changes I knew I needed to make for long-term success. So as these things started coming to fruition, I felt incredibly humbled and thankful that I found a way to help myself, because I'd been looking for a long time and nothing really seemed to work, but this did the trick. So how did I succeed? Because I would call my Whole30 a massive success. The biggest part of succeeding in doing a Whole30 is planning. Like, you've got to plan out a menu, you've got to write your shopping list, you've got to go do your shop once or twice a week. And if you can, do a bit of food prep on the weekend or on an evening that you've got some time to make it easier for yourself throughout the week. The second key to success for me was to keep it simple. There's a lot of kind of complicated recipes out there, like making your own ghee and this and that. I just don't have the time or the talent to do these things. I made a lot of side dishes of vegetables, which I really grew to love vegetables on my Whole30. I've never been a veggie hater, but I never really appreciated them as much, perhaps because they were being overshadowed by all the admittedly delicious processed crap that I was eating. But once all that left my system, you really start to appreciate the flavor that you get from these delicious healthy foods. I didn't do any really complex recipes. Sometimes it was just a steak or a chicken breast seasoned and grilled in a pan, and some microwavable steamed veggies. But yeah, just keep it simple. If it feels overwhelming to do all the above and beyond stuff, don't feel like that's necessary for success, because as you can see for me, it was not. I've learned a lot about herbs and spices over my Whole30, and I would call that another key to my success, is learning how to blend the flavors and make your food more exciting, because you can get tired of eggs or chicken breasts or these things. But just mixing it up with a different flavor palette made it new and fresh and exciting. And along with keeping it simple and using lots of herbs and spices, I recommend making more food than you want to eat at that time, so you can package some away for leftovers. There were a lot of nights that I had leftovers for my dinner and either had it for breakfast or lunch the next day, which made my next day just that much easier. The next thing I did to help myself succeed was to get on social media. I started my Instagram account, I started a YouTube channel, and I used Whole30.com forums as well to ask questions or get advice or just to cheer myself when I was feeling really good about what I was doing, and I did get a lot of positive feedback and responses from there. So yeah, utilize the people around you, build up a support network. Most people are happy to root for you, so it can be a bit scary and vulnerable, but most people want you to succeed. What was hard about Whole30? Obviously for me, avoiding the scale. I'm still trying to be honest with myself about the whole thing, and because I did really want to weigh myself and I did give in to that, but I don't feel bad about it, even though technically it's not following the program completely. But yeah, just staying off was hard. I like numbers, and I like to be able to put them in calculators and get percentages and see how far I've come and how far I have to go and things. And I do feel like I'm in a mentally healthy place, that I just don't feel bad. That's all. I don't feel bad. What else was hard? Cooking every day. It wasn't hard, it was inconvenient. Not being able to pop down for some fast food or takeaway once or twice a week felt sad on some days, but yeah, I don't think I've ever cooked so many consecutive days in my life. But yeah, 30 days of not eating anything from a shop, and I felt very good for it. Another difficult thing about doing this Whole30 was living in Australia. We don't have as many resources, as many products available on the market that are catered to people who are trying to eat this way. So I really was just stuck with like your basic meats, eggs, fruit and veg. You don't get bacon. Like, I found it impossible to find any sort of bacon, so my breakfasts were a little bit sad for that. Yeah, I wish we had a Whole Foods. I wish we had Costco, but we don't. So I had to live with what I had. So yeah, the first week was tough, but anything worth doing usually is. Alright, so I will be starting my second Whole30. I'm going to start at the end of April, at the beginning of May. I should have mentioned this earlier, that I did the Whole30 with no oven, which is really tough. I deserve some sort of kudos for that. Having a microwave and basically a hot plate and a slow cooker as my only kitchen tools made it really tough, and I'm so excited for my next Whole30 that I can just stick veggies and meat in the oven and it will do all of the rest for me. But anyway, we'll get back to my next Whole30. I'm starting May 2015. The things that I'm going to do differently. So yeah, I'm not going to weigh myself. If anything, more for just building up my self-discipline. It's a rule, so I feel like I need to follow it this time and do it true. So that's my goal for my next Whole30. I am going to try to make a few more complex recipes, which just having the oven is going to be such a treat that I don't think I'll mind. And I am on the hunt for one of those like zoodlers or veggetti, either one, but you make noodles out of your vegetables, and I feel like that would be a great tool for me to use. So I'm on the hunt for one of those. So yeah, no scale, new recipes, and getting a vegetable noodle maker. Those are my three things I'm going to do different for my second round of Whole30. So again, Whole30 is not for everyone. I'm just sharing with you my experience, and my experience was about as positive as I think I could have hoped for. One of the best things I've ever done for myself. I would say it's changed me fundamentally, and I'm very grateful. The biggest lesson that I've learned is that for me, and I think a lot of people out there, especially in the US, that sugar is a drug. It's extremely addictive, and it is in everything we eat. For a long time, I was very down on myself because I thought I just lacked discipline. And I thought that there was something kind of fundamentally wrong with me, you know, that I would just never be able to find success in getting my nutrition and my health under control. And I am now extremely aware that sugar has been that demon in my life, that little devil on my shoulder that says, just eat it, it's delicious. So just remember, sugar is probably worse for you than you even think. Read your ingredients. If you can't pronounce or understand what you're eating, you probably shouldn't be eating it. And be aware that food companies are very, very sneaky, and there's like dozens of different words for sugar, whether it's natural or otherwise. It's not good for you. So just be aware of how much of it is in our food, how much of it shouldn't be there, and how you can make the difference by eliminating this from your diet. So I hope you can learn something from my experience with Whole30. I understand if it's not for you, but if you struggle in the way that I have in the past, with self-control and monitoring and moderating what you eat, it's worth a shot. And it's hard, but you can do anything hard for 30 days, and you never have to do it again if you don't want to, but I think you'll thank yourself for doing it, because I know that I have. So I consider Whole30 to be one of those tools that I can stick in my success toolbox. There's some other tools that I'll be talking about, MyFitnessPal, Fitbit, some other things, so stay tuned for videos on those things. If you have any questions about the Whole30 or my experience with the Whole30, please feel free to comment below or contact me on Instagram or elsewhere, Facebook, wherever. I'm happy to answer any questions and help however I can. So thanks for watching my Whole30 video. Your support means so much to me, so please give my video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and thanks for watching. Bye!